Hello, this is a string conversion program where there are two string entries, and along with that, there are six helper methods: is invalid number, is int, is double, is digit, string to int, and string to double. And then along with that, there are three more methods, which are the overloaded ones. The first one is the sum method that adds any two integers. And then the second one is also a sum method that only adds two doubles. And the last one is also a sum method that only adds any two strings. Anyway, before I run this code, I want to explain what I've done over here. Basically, I have an if statement which tests for a string value. If the string value, if the input string is a valid number, it will do the work. If it is not a valid number, it will basically call the sum method with string parameter, and that's what's happening over here. In this if statement, I have used the helper method isInt that basically converts an input of a string to an integer, then calls the sum method with an integer parameter. It throws an exception if it's not an integer, meaning it's a double number. Along with that, there's another if statement. It has a helper method is double, which basically converts an input string to a double, and that calls some method with a double parameter using this method over here, and same goes up over here, and that's it. So once the values are entered, they are their logic is determined by the following methods over here. I'm going to go with my first helper method, the is integer one. Basically, I've used a for loop that loops over the string to determine if the character is a valid digit in terms of integer. Then I have an is double method, and sorry, forgot to tell that they also have a boolean data type, meaning it will return a true statement if a valid digit number is determined. And the same goes over here. This one is also a boolean method named as is double, and that this one also loops over the string to determine if the character is valid digit number in terms of doubles. Then we got a boolean is valid number. This one also have method. This one tests if any input string is a valid number, returns a true statement if the length of string and integer have the same validity. So it's doing it, then returning anything which is true, anything that's valid. Then we got this is digit method. It checks for the specified digits in its logic and returns the ones that match up with the user's input. So if any of these numbers match, it will do the work. Basically, this is our number ranges, right? Start from 0 to 9. So if any of these numbers are identified, it will do the work as in if any of the string values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, it will be easy for the method to recognize and match and do the work. And then we have a string to integer conversion method. It basically checks for a negative number. If the number is negative, then it will make the boolean is negative negative. Basically, it will flag it as negative. And after that, the loop is performed again using a while loop. If a number is negative, the prefix will be negative again, meaning it will flag a negative number again, else it will return a number. Use a lot of charAd methods to do this work. Then we got the string to double method. This one basically splits a large string into a double value by storing the integers with integers and decimals with decimals, decimals as in doubles. So we have an example here. If it's if the entry is 123.375, it will split 123 and 375 like this. It will multiply the 1 of 123 with 3, the 2 of 123 with 10, and then the 3 of 123 with 100. And then their multiplication results will be added, which will give a result of 123 as mentioned over here. After that, once the splitting is done, this for loop over here, this is for the integer part, integer values, and it basically iterates the integral string values, converts them into integers, and multiplies them out with n and units, which are over here. And then this is for the double. This is a loop for the double values, and this one also does the same work. It iterates the double string values, converts them into doubles, and divides 1.0 with units and multiplies them out with n. This return statement, which is at the end, it returns them into real integers and doubles at the end. Once the splitting is done, all the conversions done, the output is displayed over here. And then I've already told you about these methods, what to do. So now I'm gonna do an execution. I'm gonna run this code. So let's enter number 1, number 2, and we should see 3 as an output. There we go. The sum is 3. And then at the end, it gives credits to the sources that I used to do the work. And now I'm gonna do another execution. This time I'm gonna add a double value, basically 2 double values, 3.0, and the output is correct. It is 5.0. You can also see the working over here. Basically tells you how it added the decimal with the integer. And then also gives credits to the sources that I used to compile this program. Now I'm gonna use a regular alphabetical string. So I'm gonna type letter A. Letter B should be AB. There we go. This time it will be a bigger number. It will be a string of bigger numbers with decimals in between. So 123.456.789. This will be my first input, and my second input will be let's put 10.11. Let me see, 10.11.22. So there we go. It basically split integers with integers and decimals with decimals. And see, after the conversion, after all that splitting, we see a combined output. It combined 123.456.789 with 1011.122, and at the end it gives credits to the sources I used. And this concludes my video. Thank you.